WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American over here in Germany, often tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Today I have something from a brand new distillery, Nc'nean. We have a quiet rebel, and this time we have Lorna Davison. So this is Whiskybase number 218549, and this is 84% ex-Bourbon casks and 16% ex-Pineau-des-Charentes casks. 7,560 bottles were produced this time. Yay! 48.5% ABV. And the original recommended retail price in Germany was 84 euros 90. And then it went down to, the price was 82, and then 79, and then 77, and now we're down at 76. So apparently we have more than enough bottles. So now this has a very unique design. You have to open it up, not too quickly. If you pull too quickly, you can almost do it. But I have the feeling that they fixed the design here a little bit. That they actually left a little bit of air holes in the bottom now, to actually be able to push this together nicely. Where are the holes here? I'm trying to figure this out. 1 second. Yeah, so I get the air somehow. Yeah, the air comes somehow through this. If I push on it, okay, good. You don't care about that. Now, do you? So, what we have here is a brand new distillery that is CO2 neutral. Wow, carbon neutral distillery in Scotland. They've worked on that to become that. They have their sustainability reports. They have everything they need there, and they're doing a fabulous, fabulous job with that. They are the pioneer. They are the vanguards. They are actually at the front of they're blazing a trail for others to follow, which I think is very, very, very good. So this was the original quiet rebel here from Annabelle. Annabelle is the person who left her lawyer job, if I remember correctly, in the big city of London to become a distiller, which I think is fantastic. So on her family farm up there in, is it Morven? It's on the west coast of Scotland. All right, so now this is a mixture of, and now if you want to find out the information, please just go to Nc'nean.com, Nc'nean, and all that information will be given to you there. So we have, for example, going back here to the batches. So our batch Annabelle, there was only 4,504 bottles of this. This was distilled in June 2017 as well as May 2018. We have here 64% ex-Bourbon. We have 22% ex-Tokaja. And we have 7% STR red wine and 7% Pedro Jimenez PX sherry hogsheads. And non-chilled filtered natural color. Over here, so interesting, we have the yeast Anchor Fermentus, but also we have Mauri on Chardonnay here. Over here, we have the only the Anchor and the Fermentus. And we have here the disgorging gates. This was distilled in November of 2018 and February 2019. They were able to disgorge all the casks here on the 21st of July 2022. And they took a little bit of 5 weeks to bottle this. So August 1st, they started bottling 2022. They were finished here on the 7th of September. So 5 weeks. So if you have 7,560 divided by 5. We're running around 14, is that 1,400 a day? So let's go here. 7,560, wait, oh, come on, there we go. 7,560 divided by 5 is 1,512 bottles a week, divided by 5 days in the week. So we're doing about 300 bottles a day. I don't know if that's hand everything bottled, but I'm happy that they have a so much bigger, so much larger now batch. because these went on sale in Germany, and then we found them on the secondary market for up to 400 euros. Yeah, not worth that money. All right, you look at this, and this is white wine. This is a little bit of a darker moment going on there. The Pedro Jimenez, the STR red casks do their magic there. So, both of these are about 3.5 years old. So this is not old whiskey yet, and yet we're paying 80 some euros for this bottle for a no age statement 3-year-old whiskey. Is it worth it? To be very honest, the taste, no. Sorry. You can turn off, you can do something else now. On the nose, the very first thing I get is young, youthfulness. I get some yeast, I get some nice vanilla, but I get some oak, as well as a little bit of that, just that youthful green alcohol moment. It's almost a little bit like a new make. It's just not where it could be. But hey, the distillery is not that old, so they've only been distilling here since. Did I get my numbers right here? Our story, mission and story here. So, after leaving her job in 2013, she spent 4 years, Annabelle actually spent 4 years raising funds and building the distillery from the ground up on the west coast of Scotland. And we've been distilling since 2017, so it's 5 years now. And in 2020, they actually launched their first whiskey. She hopes we love it as much as we do. And they were actually pioneering here sustainability. Our bottles are 100% recycled glass here. This is a first in Scotland, they think. And if I go over a tiny little bit to our sustainability, and I go to the packaging, it says here they have a 40% lower carbon footprint than a bottle made from virgin glass. The natural cork stopper. So here we have a natural cork stopper. We have the N on here, as we can see, and we have cork. But if we go over here, I was really confused. This is not natural cork. This is actually artificial, all right? But there's no N on here, so there was a supply chain issue, I'm sure. But usually these corkers are made from natural cork with a wooden top. And cork is not recycled really any place in Europe, but you can use it for your compost. So the tamper seal is made from biodegradable alternative instead of plastic. The labels is made from uncoated paper, which is very, very good. And the gift tube is made from 90% recycled cardboard. And if you can order directly from the distillery in Scotland, you can actually have the option of not having the tube. So to actually save that little bit of your carbon footprint as well. My personal opinion about whiskey and sustainability is, first, it has to taste great. I'm happy with good. And then sustainability is, for me, the secondary factor. I am not personally going to go and spend money on a whiskey because it's sustainable and not enjoy it. So, yes, I want both, and there has to be pioneers to actually make this possible, and other people will learn from them, but this is something that is going to happen more and more in the future. So we have here, what was it? The organic as well. The energy is 100% renewable. The 2 copper pot stills are powered solely by the biomass boiler, using wood chips from the local forest for its powers. And all the trees that are harvested are replanted. They source a very small amount of low carbon electricity from their green energy partner. And the footprint here. So it says here, the combination of this green electricity and our biomass energy means that our footprint for distillery production alone is a minute, listen to the word minute, 25.7 tons of CO2 per year. And this equates to 0.27 kilograms of CO2 per liter of pure alcohol produced. And together with all the emissions associated with our supply chain, our total carbon footprint for a whole year is less than one return plane journey from London to New York. Wow. I was going to say 25.7 tons is, yeah, I think I produce more than that with my car a year. Me. And they offset the 25.7 tons here, and they have a sustainable forest planting project with a verified carbon standard hallmark. Yay. So they're doing basically everything that's possible to do to actually have a sustainable distillery, which I commend. Now on the nose, it's just young. This I really liked on the nose because of the Pineau-des-Charentes, the PX casks, as well as the SDR. That 14%, 7% of each actually does make a massive difference. Here they were going for fruity and, what was the word they used here? Tropical. And here they were going for fruity and light. And that's the word to describe this whiskey in many, many different cases, light. On the nose, it's light. On the palate, it's young. There's that youngness, that's that new make moment. There is the vanilla, there's a light little honey moment. It's light. This is a C- whiskey in my book. Now, the price, 84 euros, recommended retail price, now 80 euros. Is it worth it? No. If you're a big fan of the distillery, go buy it. Now we're up to, at the moment, up to batch 18. This is the middle of October. They're at batch 18 at the moment. Each batch is about 5,040 bottles. So somehow they made a few more with this. The Huntress was something, at least in Germany, that was very sought after. That was 61% STR red wine and 39% ex-Bourbon. I did not get the Huntress. Sorry. But what I do know is, okay, they're still using the 5040. I talked with someone recently from the distillery, and they said that they're working on the problem of getting their batch sizes bigger. The thing is that they have a marriaging a tank, and they're actually just room in that tank for 5,400 bottles. So divide by 7, it's 3,500 liters. And so they need to have one more tank, a bigger tank or whatever, to double the size of their bottling batches. But they're doing a good job. Now, if I were to go out and say, hey, I've never had a Nc'nean, and I will not find the Annabelle, this is now a collector's edition. The Lorna might turn into a collector's edition, who knows? I would just go out and buy the standard Nc'nean. Yeah, that's actually what they're looking at. And if I remember correctly, they just announced something as well, that they're now going to change their recipe here for, I totally forgot to do this in my German video. There we go. So let's go here. They are going to, there we go. They're going to change their recipe for the new bottlings. And what they're going to do is the STR will be less, now just 55, and the bourbon's going to be a little bit more, 43%, and they're going to add a tiny, tiny bit, 2%. I don't know how they're going to do that. That's going to be partial disgorging of casks, but hey, why not? Of Oloroso sherry casks. So on the new batches, you'll be able to recognize them, that they're called batch RA08 and BU06. And starting December of 2022, they will be on the market. All right, very, very good. So this is still young. Also the Annabelle. Pineau-des-Charentes just makes things better. STR cask just makes things better. But it's still that same youthfulness, that same alcoholic burn there. It's just too young, in my personal opinion. All right, my question of the day. Which of the new distilleries have impressed you the most? Now, I could say Nc'nean has impressed me the most as a young distillery. No. it has impressed me the most as a sustainable distillery. Yes. The distillery that has impressed me the most from the spirit is probably going to be Nc'nean. Roy and everyone else, that is just amazing what they're doing there. I think tomorrow I'm going to try the first time Lag, that new distillery. So I don't know, but it's peated, so it's not going to be my favorite. Yeah, Nc'nean is also often peated and unpeated. So Annandale is kind of cool what they're doing. There's a lot of other new distilleries out there doing great stuff. But to be very honest, the sustainability winners, I would actually have an award for the best sustainability. All right, I'm sure that Nc'nean was going to win this time and time and time again until somebody else figures out how to catch up with them. All right, thank you very much for watching, liking, subscribing, telling others, and maybe even sharing. See you soon, Whiskey Jason here. And thank you very much, Annabelle and Lorna, for giving your names for these two interesting bottlings, even though both of them are a tad bit too young for me. Bye-bye.